Guess I won't be doing much more with this thing anymore. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Jeffy Only channel.
Smudge.
Little update on the garage renovation. Last time I brought you our air conditioning install, and we saw that it got that big furnace out of the garage and really cleaned up all that ducting, so I'm really excited. Now I haven't been filming a lot of the progress, but there has been some progress. Like just this week, we had something installed. Let me show you. This, folks, is our tankless hot water heater. Yeah, that is, it's kind of an eyesore on the side of the house, but not too bad. And that was really important because it got rid of our tank water heater in the garage. So check this out, folks. We have totally improved our space here. Look, that pedestal is where the water heater was standing. It was right there. And of course it had the water lines up here and the gas line running to it. And now I'll be able to have this straightened out, this little hump in the ducting, and it'll be tucked up against the wall per our plan.
Shortly after this was recorded, Bell Brothers came in and straightened out my ducting as a part of the original install. It was really great of them to come back and make that happen.
We also had the plumber move some of the gas lines and water lines, and so this can all be flattened out here. We'll redo the drywall. As you can see, we have new copper piping here. This wasn't here before, and this goes down to a hose bib that's going to be for the pressure washer that will be installed up here eventually, not right away. And then we've got a faucet here so we can fill our buckets to wash the car. So for now, it'll be my simple Sun Joe here and some buckets and all my car washing equipment. And I'm gonna move, I think, our new cabinet here, and we're gonna put that over here. It'll be sort of the detail cabinet and maybe a cabinet above. Now I wanna make one comment about the tankless water heater. Now there's issues with the water heaters. When you have a tanked water heater, you got a big tank of water that's constantly being warmed and ready to go for hot water. But with tankless, there's no storage of hot water. But when you demand hot water, the system turns on immediately and starts heating up that water as it flows through the pipes. But you have to follow all this piping. The water has to go all the way through all this piping until it finally gets to its destination. And that's a lot of cold water to get out. In fact, it took over a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes to go from cold to hot at the kitchen sink. And that sucks, folks. Now, a tankless system is supposed to save power by basically not keeping water warm all the time, but now you sacrifice and you end up spending a lot of water waiting for it to get hot.
So shortly after this was recorded, the plumbers came back and they added a third copper line. You can see it there. This one doesn't go all the way up the wall 7 feet like the others. It goes right into the house, into the garage, and on the other side of the wall here, you can see it come out and then it goes up. That, folks, is the return line. It's a separate hot water line that's circulating water constantly to keep hot water fresh and ready to go in those hot lines. It is great, and now I get hot water in less than 30 seconds.
So this wall is looking so much better now. No AC furnace, no water heater, less piping, even this flue, which is all that's left is our little bit of flue here, and they're gonna take care of that when we take down the rest of the drywall. Now, do you see something else going on in here besides a lot of stuff? We have some new outlets. There's one there, one right there with USB. I've added a GFCI and another outlet over there. I've been taking my hand at electrical. I know that sounds complicated, but honestly, this stuff is somewhat simple. The only thing that got me was backtracking on some things. I would do some things, I'd make some decisions, and I go, maybe I don't want to do that decision. Maybe I need to do something else. Not only that, but then I'd find out about some code requirement that I gotta pay attention to. Like, for example, you can't have too many wires running into one box. I didn't quite know that. I mean, besides being hard to work with, I suppose it's a hazard. The other thing that was really unfortunate, folks, was finding out that my garage, which originally only had one outlet plus one extra one that somebody added not very well, that is all connected to the other side of this wall, which is a laundry room light. There's a bathroom over there with a fan, and then it goes back into what's our bar room, which is gonna have a refrigerator. And I'm trying to add a whole bunch of electrical outlets in the garage here. Lots. And I don't want to overload the breaker. So I have to come up with a plan to get all that bathroom and bar room stuff back on another circuit breaker in the house so the garage can have its own. But honestly, that's not going to be enough. We actually need to add circuit breakers, and thankfully we found a way to maybe add some to our panel, but I need a circuit breaker for our new water heater here because by code, the water heater is supposed to be on its own power, and right now I am running on an extension cord in the meantime, just in the meantime until probably next week where we can get some electrical work. So that'll be an outside plug for the water heater. I want to add another outlet here, and then for the power washer, because it can draw up to about 15 amps, maybe even more, at least instantaneously, we want its own 20 amp circuit breaker. And I might put a rider outlet over there, something that I won't likely use, but maybe I will plug something in occasionally, but not when I'm using the power washer. So that would mean that the garage will have electrical all on this side, and over there, as you can see, there's another outlet hiding on the wall. And then the lights, that's right. So I'm excited because I just last night finished wiring up the junction boxes, basically, or the fixtures where I'm gonna put the lights. So check this out. We've got a light switch here that we're working on still. This cable's gonna go up. It goes through the ceiling. We drill holes through all the wood. And then there's one spot for the light right there. I just have my wires bare right now until I'm ready to install, which will be after the drywall. That shoots over to this fixture for the next 4-foot fluorescent bulb. And it shoots through the rafters here, boom, into this fixture and across to this one. And each of these shoots straight through, all the way through to the other side. And I'm gonna have to show you up here through the garage. Sorry, it's a little dark. And that, folks, is where they come out. That's where I'm gonna be hanging the last 2 fixtures from the ceiling. And I think that's all gonna work pretty well. Thankfully for LED, they don't burn, or they don't use a lot of power. So I think it's gonna be a total of like 4.5 amps on those lights, plus a few outlets. I think it's gonna be pretty safe. I don't plan to run a lot of heavy stuff. Mostly what I'm gonna charge my batteries for my power tools, maybe run the air compressor occasionally, but yeah, it's gonna be fine, I think. It's gonna be good. And I've learned a lot, so that's really cool. Overall, it has been kind of a messy situation. The tearing down the walls creates tons of dust. Drilling into the wood up here makes a lot of piles of sawdust. Rolling into my back porch. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is, yeah, all my garage stuff stored out here, including the tires. I've got three sets of tires going on here, and it's just a mess. And I don't like this. This ruins this space. And that's not all, folks. There's more crap piled in the living room. That's right. I got spray paint cans and just tools and all sorts of things in the living room. And boy, I can't wait till the garage is done so we can have our living space back. And then, of course, there's all the trash. Here is the side of the house where all these boxes are from garage cabinets, from the water heater, toilets. I did install a toilet too while we were doing all this, and I've got one more to do, but one showed up broken. Thanks, Home Depot. Yeah, so there's just so much junk here, and I can't wait to get rid of it. You might have noticed I don't deal well with junk. So, but we're coming along. In fact, I should have the wiring mostly finished up this week, and then we can get that electrician in to add in those extra outlets. And then what's next? What's next? Oh, well, then they can come in and they can put in the new walls, and then I can actually move into this garage like it's meant to be moved in. We're getting very close, folks. All right, folks, I'm gonna leave you with that. So far, we've got AC and HVAC moved under the house. We've got tankless hot water heater. We've cleared out the zone over there in the garage. We've added the hose bibs for the power washer, and we're in progress on electrical. Hopefully in the next update, I'll have electrical totally completed, and then the next step is putting up all the fresh drywall. So thanks for watching. Thanks for following along. I hope you're getting excited and you want to change up your garage now. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks so much for watching the Jeff Uolney channel.